Good morning and a very warm welcome to this Partner Playback webinar. I am Amanda Rogers, Head of Marketing here at Zen, and we are live from Sandbrook Park in Rochdale. I am joined today by Steve Warburton, who many of you will know, and also Dean Burden.
Morning.
Good morning.
Amanda.
Dean, would you like to do a little intro of yourself for those that are maybe less familiar?
Yeah, I don't get on camera very often. So Dean Burden, I am the Service Management Director at Zen, so I'm responsible for all of our day-to-day operations and then some of our customer experience design as well. So
Brilliant.
That's me.
Thanks, Dean. That's great. And just to let you know, so we are live today, so if you have any questions throughout the webinar, please do post them in the Q&A chat, and what we'll do is we'll try and get to them as we work through this webinar. So let's start with some updates. I'm going to pass to Steve first. We had our last Partner Playback live from the Gherkin where we launched the Fibre Hub. Yeah. Could you share some updates of what's happened since May?
Yep.
Any developments in that area?
Of course. Thanks, Amanda. Morning everyone, and great to be here with you again. 4 months, I think, since like say the Gherkin event. Hope you've all had a great summer during that time. So yeah, we've been very busy at Zen over the last 4 months. So as a recap, back at the Gherkin, we obviously launched City Fibre into our Fibre Hub. That gave you access to just over 4 million premises of additional coverage. And I'm pleased to say we've seen some great take-up since that launch. So about 10% of our orders are now coming through on the City Fibre network. Obviously, many of you are taking advantage of that bigger footprint and the ability to sell FTTP services more widely. So that's great to see. We've also recently added Truly. So that gives you access to about 430,000 premises. They've got really good footprint in the east of the UK, down in the southeast too, parts of the south, so Southampton, and also to the west of London, Buckinghamshire. There's again good coverage there, so that's a good footprint which we've added. We've also recently added Freedom Fibre's footprint as well, so there's about 250,000 premises there, mainly across the northwest, parts of the Midlands. I think they've got a couple of spots, Bristol, Colchester as well, across the UK. So I guess the message is lots of capability in terms of FTTP across that footprint. I think I make it 21 million premises that you've now got access to across Openreach, City Fibre and Truly and Freedom Fibre too. So loads of coverage. I think also, if you need some support with things like data, so where can you get access to these services, running some checks against your existing base or some prospect bases, that's something we can really help with. We've also got some great tools in our campaign centre as well. So yeah, we've done lots of work. And I don't know if you want to share a bit more, Amanda, about the marketing support that's available too. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess we could touch on Campaign Centre a little bit. That's a tool that you can all have access to. Within there, we've got white label or dual branded collateral across all the footprints and just general collateral too. You can go in and use the FTTP tool, so you can segment and download parts of the RFS footprints to use in your campaigns. But then we're also here, to work with you on a one-to-one basis too. So if you've got an opportunity that you really want to expose in your local area, do get in touch with the marketing team here. But lots of opportunities.
Fantastic.
Yeah, great. So that's broadband and the Fibre Hub. What about developments across Ethernet?
Yeah, we've been very busy on Ethernet too. So you'll probably recall in the last recent webinars I've talked about the plan to invest in Ethernet. That investment plan's now starting to deliver. So again, in the last 4 months, we've added ITS into our Ethernet quotation tool. So that's a footprint of about 500,000 premises, mainly obviously in cities and larger towns where they've got some really good coverage. So that was the first one we added, and then we've recently added Sky as well into that quote tool. Again, Sky have got national coverage across the Openreach footprint, unbundled over 1,000 exchanges, so they've got a really big footprint there. So again, giving you access to a bigger range of carriers, giving you more competitive pricing. ITS and Sky are very competitive, so we've already seen immediately a big swing in our Ethernet orders towards Sky and ITS, such as the competitive nature of their pricing. They've also got a couple of offers running at the moment, so I think ITS have got 3 months free on their circuits up until the end of September, so a couple more weeks to get those ITS orders in. So try and get those in before the end of the month. And then Sky have got an offer running until the end of October, which is 3 months free on their 10 gig products. And they've also got 3 months free on their Resilient Option 2 products, where you're running multiple circuits into a site. So some really compelling offers there. Encourage you to go into the quote tool, check availability, and again, get in touch if you need any support or help from any of the team. But lots going on there. I guess lastly, looking ahead on Ethernet, we're going to bring 10 gig Ethernet on our own network to market. So we've obviously got it on Sky and ITS. We'll add it on Openreach too, so that'll come. And I think the other key development that maybe Dean can touch on a little bit is the kind of service element. So at the moment, it's all about quotation and order. The other key element is the ability to track the progression of that Ethernet order through the delivery process. So that's an important development. We want to give you the same tools you've got in the ICP or Fibre Hub, to track those orders through the delivery on Ethernet, which we've not been able to do now. So lots going on from Ethernet.
What's going on. That's quite a good segue then into you, Dean.
Yeah, he's set me up there, isn't he?
Absolutely. Yeah, to talk about service and what's going on in your area and your teams.
Yeah, so let me start with the Fibre Hub, because I think we've talked a lot about bringing all the altnets into the Fibre Hub and exposing that footprint. But obviously part of consuming that is then how the service operates from that point forward. So I think what we're doing at the moment with the Fibre Hub is working through integration of the altnets from a footprint point of view, but then also capability. So whether that is cancelling orders or seeing orders progress through amendments. So for each of the altnets, we're going to systemically deliver each of those abilities. Longer term with the Fibre Hub, what I'm also really, really keen to do is to increase its service capabilities beyond just orders. And what I mean by that is things like making the Fibre Hub a two-way communication platform, so that when we send an update out to a partner, they can see that update, but also choose to reply through the Fibre Hub, and then try and take away some of the dual handling that I think sometimes both of our operations teams need to do. So I'm really interested in partners getting in touch and feeding in their requirements of what we can do to the Fibre Hub to make it simple and least effort as possible to do business with us. And then just wider on the team themselves. So I've made a recent change to my structure, which I think is very beneficial to partners, consumers, and businesses that we serve. Historically, what you will have seen in my structure is we used to have a head of order management and a head of assurance, and those two roles were responsible for all of our customer types. I've chosen to restructure my team to introduce heads of particular customer types, because I really wanted more ownership and accountability end to end for the experiences that our customers go through. So I'm pleased to say that we've appointed and promoted Dan Lord, who is an internal Zen operational person. So he has now assumed the role of head of partner services and is now ultimately responsible for everything that we do in the service team, end to end, which I think will be hugely beneficial in just increasing accountability, visibility, and ownership for orders moving through.
Great.
I would say just in recent weeks, we have seen some demand and spikes, and I think partners will have seen a little bit of that coming through. Compounding of a few reasons. One, growth in business, which is very good, and thank you for your business. We appreciate it hugely. But as the altnets come in, obviously the volume comes through, the orders come through, and that increases demand. We've also had some pressures internally of some of our people moving on. So what I am doing now is we're bringing in new people, and actually we're going to over-recruit the size of the team for what we need, just to make sure we've got plenty of capacity to manage more of the orders through. So I think bolstering the team, putting Dan in position will set us up nicely for the year ahead.
Great. Thanks for your update.
Most welcome.
That's fantastic. We've had a couple of questions come in. One which I think is slightly easier to answer. Did you coordinate your shirts today? In the
yes, standard company uniform.
That's like Zen uniform, Zen uniform.
But one maybe for you, Steve. Is there any update on Layer 2 Ethernet availability and what the plans are there?
Yeah, it's a great question actually. Yeah, so obviously up to now we've been offering our Ethernet services Layer 3. I think we've always had the conundrum about when do we do Layer 2 Ethernet, when's the right time, can we make it work commercially as well, which has been quite challenging on an off-net footprint because the commercials are quite tight. I think having now launched ITS and Sky, I think the ability to commercially offer Layer 2 set in a kind of effective way, it becomes more credible. So yeah, it's something that we're looking at as part of the next phase of the Ethernet deliveries. I think current running order is, I think we'll look to get the 10 gig delivered as soon as we can. I think that'll come first. We've got some of the provisioning capability we're keen to release to take some of the pressure off the ops teams that we referenced earlier and giving that self-service capability that many of the partners have been crying out for. But yeah, layer 2 is certainly on the agenda. We recognise there's demand out there from our partners for that. So.
Great. Hopefully that answers your question, Richard. So we've spoken a lot about the Fibre Hub. What else is going on for partners? Any further?
Yeah, I think I guess the other one to touch on is voice,
Yep.
which I think we didn't touch on last time at the Gherkin because it was all about City Fibre and the announcement. But I think it's important just to touch on it now. So something I know you've been crying out for, I think you've referenced it on previous webinars for a number of occasions, is SOTAP. So I'm pleased to say, long overdue, I admit, SOTAP will be released in 2 weeks' time. So that will complete our capability in terms of our IP-enabled broadband products. So you'll be able to buy SOTAP, Sageo, FTTP across the Openreach and BT Wholesale footprint, effectively giving you 100% access. So in areas where previously you could only get ADSL, you'll be able to buy SOTAP going forward. So that's the first thing to say, I think, on voice. I think the second thing to say is that obviously we've got the end of life of WLR coming up fast now. We're just over a year away from that withdrawal. Me and Dean meet with Openreach quite regularly, typically every 2 or 3 months, and they remind us in each of those meetings that the stop sale is coming soon, and we need to get ready for that. So I think I'm pleased to say many of our partners have already made great progress at migrating their WLR circuits across to Sageo or FTTP. Obviously now we've got SOTAP, they can also move any remaining circuits. So definitely make sure you're doing that. And as always, if you need any help at all from our PX team, our operations team, our product teams, then just get in touch and we can help you with those migrations. And I think the final update on voice is, as I referenced a few months ago, we'll be putting through a series of price increases, partly driven by our own cost increases, partly driven by supplier cost increases. So the next one of those will be coming through effective from the 1st of December, so a few months away now. We'll also have a further increase in April next year, and then there'll be a final increase in August of next year as we reach this end of life point. So we've got about 5,000 WLR circuits left in the partner channel to migrate across all of our partners. So that's come down from 20,000 a few years ago. So it's definitely come down significantly, but we need to get this remaining 5,000 circuits moved across before the withdrawal date.
Yeah. So I guess partners could reach out to their partner experience managers and account managers for support there, what services they could maybe move them to.
Absolutely, yeah. So for example, if you want to know, right, okay, I've got this base of WLR, can they get SOTAC, can they get Sageo, can they get FTTP, can they get Truly, for example, rather than having to jump to SOTAC, you could go straight to full fibre. We can really help with that process. And as Dean's touched on, we've got the operational people to make sure we smoothly migrate between technologies if you've got any challenges with that. So yeah, really happy to share lessons from other partners we've done those projects with. So.
Brilliant. We've got another question that's come in, probably for Steve again. Any updates on IPv6 rollout for partners?
IPv6 for partners, that's a good question. So no, I think I don't have a specific update on IPv6, but I can certainly get our technology team to give us an update as to when that's available. Good question.
Good question. We'll take that one away. Thank you very much. So we've spoken a lot about product, rollouts, altnets. This year we're celebrating our 30th anniversary here at Zen, and I guess it's a good opportunity. This is your last partner playback, Steve, as
indeed.
MD of partner. Yeah. It's an opportunity to reflect back over the past 30 years. And,
it's a very long time.
It's a very long time.
Yeah.
Very long time.
Some of your highlights in partner.
Yeah. I can barely remember what I did last week, let alone 30 years ago. But I guess, it's interesting, isn't it? So we opened our doors to business on the 13th of October 1995. So yeah, about 30 years ago now. And, I think at the time when Richard, set the business up back then, he set it up on the basis that it was very much about building a business that was people first. And when I say people, I mean our employees, our customers, our suppliers. We wanted to build a business that did it a different way, that wasn't obsessed by financial metrics. We've got to grow by this much, we've got to make this much profit. We've got to be the biggest and grow the fastest. It was about doing it right, delivering a great service, looking after our people. And I think as time went on, I think the planet became also a key part, a key cornerstone in that plan as well. So what can we do to give back to the environment, to our local community? We became a B Corp, etc. So So yeah, if I kind of look back on that time, I guess hopefully we've done it differently. We provided a great service, we've built a great business, and I think looking ahead to the next 30 years, I think we'll stick to those same values. You know, we want to continue to build a business that does it differently, does it in the right way. And you know, in 30 years' time, I'll be long gone, but I'm sure Zen will still be here.
You'll still be here, Steve.
Great
You'll
service.
still be here.
Living a great service. I guess specifically in terms of partner, then yeah, it's been about 20 years I've been running our partner business in one way, one shape or another. So yeah, it's quite a moment actually to hand over the reins to our new MD in about 4 weeks' time. I guess 3 memories stand out that I'll just share with you. So I think the first one was our first partner event that we did at the BT Tower. That was particularly memorable. It's a really iconic venue, you know, top of the tower, views across London, celebrating with our partners. That was a really great event. I've also been quite nervous as well, presenting in the BT Tower auditorium, surrounded by cameras. That was pretty daunting. I think the second one was again, another partner event actually, which was the one we did in Manchester at the Comedy Store. So some of you will remember this. I had the unenviable challenge of following firstly Paul Stobart, our previous CEO, who was a really fantastic public speaker. Then we had Gary Delaney, a professional comedian. And then we had Steve Warburton. And I remember Paul saying to me, you need to stand up on the stage, you can't have any notes, you just need to talk for 20 minutes.
Yep.
I was like, okay.
Did a great job, Steve.
It was, that was a new challenge. And then the final one, which is probably the best of all, actually, was, I can't remember what year it was, but we did a partner event where we went to the Crystal Maze. Okay. And that for me was just everything that partner was all about. We had a great time, we were competing in different teams, doing different challenges. I remember trying to get as many crystals as we could at the end. It was just such a fantastic event, and was, I guess, the epitome of what partners all about, really, which is, you know, working with our partners and growing our relationships. It was a really fantastic event. So yeah, I've really enjoyed it, and I think I'll take the opportunity to say a massive thank you to all of our partners. I know many of you I've worked with throughout that 20-year period. I'm really grateful for the relationships we've built, the business we've done together, and the success we've had in both businesses. It's been a brilliant journey, and I'm looking forward to handing over the reins. And I've got to say, our new MD will continue to develop and improve our partner business. It'll go from strength to strength. I've got every confidence in that, and I'll be supporting on the sidelines, and maybe they'll pull me in now and again to come and say hello at a partner event, perhaps. So yeah, but it's been a great 20 years.
I'm sure on behalf of all the partners and Zen, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
for 20 years. It's amazing.
Absolutely.
It's a huge achievement.
And a very well-timed question. Who is the new partner MD?
It's a great question, and I think it's probably the worst kept secret in the channel. So I know some people may already know the answer to that question. Unfortunately, I can't reveal that today. We'll have to reveal it on the 13th of October when the person joins. But yeah, he's known in the channel. He's got lots of experience. He's very capable, and he'll do a fantastic job leading our partner business.
Excellent.
And me and Dean will be supporting him as part of our exec team fully.
Absolutely, you're not going anywhere far, right?
Definitely not.
All good. One final question before a couple of further announcements and updates. Can you tell me who the other altnets you are onboarding, and are you planning to do more?
Excellent question. Yes, I didn't cover that earlier. So yeah, good prompt. So we've got 2 more altnets that we are currently in discussions with. They're at the very final stages, so we're quite close to making announcements on both of those altnets. Those 2 combined will be a significant uplift in terms of coverage. Yep. So I'm talking millions of premises. So I think it will make a real difference in terms of the fibre hub and really cement our position as the aggregator of choice in the channel.
Brilliant.
And I think post those 2, sorry, just to finish it off, Amanda, there will be more.
Okay.
How many more? Difficult to say. But I do believe there'll be more. There's a lot of interest. We're in lots of discussions. So yeah, that's about as much as I can say, I think.
Brilliant. So 2 great questions you can't answer.
That's the one, yeah. Politician's answer.
Very good.
Brilliant. Well, thank you both very much for joining us. I've got a couple of final announcements the team would like me to just shout out. So we have our York social events coming up in October. So if you haven't accepted or would like to join us, it's a social event in York on the 23rd of October, 4 p.m. at Roxy in York. I think it's darts. Speak to your account manager or your partner experience manager if you'd like to join us. That would be great. And a final reminder from the partner experience team, There is a live NPS survey out in your inboxes right now, so your key service contact should have received that. If you would like to fill it in, we'd love to hear your feedback. If you're struggling to find that link, then please just reach out to the Partner Experience team. And those are the updates from me. So thank you both very much again. Thank you for joining us today. It's been really great. If you've got any further questions, please do reach out to your account manager or any of the team and we'll do our best to answer them for you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.